Now we're recording. All right. So we're gonna start the meeting off with our recognition time. So if anybody wants to give any recognition to anybody, now's the time to speak up. Say a little piece. So I'm actually gonna give recognition to two of my newer coaches. We're both on the call actually, Dave and Terrence. These guys have just been like going hard at the training right off the bat. It's pretty cool to see. I mean, these guys got like big goals with their businesses, and they're both going to be doing Find, Share, and Bite in March. So I'm just like really excited to see where they take their businesses. They're like ready to take off with this thing, and they're really showing it by just hitting the training hard, asking a lot of questions. So it's really nice to see from some new coaches on the team. So that's my shout out. I also wanted to give a little shout out to Jackie for rank advancing to Emerald. That's always cool to see some rank advancement. And actually, Anna also will be Emerald this Thursday. She actually had the qualifications in, but it was like one of those things where like didn't get in like 5 minutes before it was due type of thing. So she'll show up as Emerald next week. So she has her two coaches in place too. So a couple of rank advancements. So nice to see. So look forward to more of those this month. So that's my shout out piece. Anybody else have anything recognition they want to give to anybody? Anybody good? Everybody good?
Congrats to Gavin for the SC10. You made it.
Yeah, thanks, man. Chris, go ahead.
Okay, Andy's on the call, but I have put up a status over the weekend since I was using last of my Shakeology. He told me to, send him my address, and he was sending me a box. I didn't know, if he really would. I thought he was just playing. So the fact that I checked my mail box was sitting out there, I was like in complete shock. I mean, it's very rare to come across great people that do things like that for your team coaches. So I was very surprised and very excited to have it. So I really want to give a big shout out to Andy on this, and I really do appreciate it.
Very cool. Thank you. Anybody else? Anything they want to say? All right. So just for the newer people who haven't been on the call before, we always start our call with this little recognition section. So, I mean, if you guys have anybody you want to give a little shout out to, it's always nice to, get some credit for your hard work and things like that. So now I'm going to just toss it over to Rob and let him do his presentation on various topics tonight. So Rob.
Yeah, I figured I'd do a couple different things because I wasn't sure how much time, if we get through them quick or if we took a little while, we could always save some topics for later. But I want to start out with handling objections. I know that, in a business like this, you're going to have objections. People are always going to find reasons why they can't do something. And one of the big objections I think that most of us will get or do get is it's too expensive. A lot of people are going to say it's too expensive. Chances are you talk with people and they're going to say it's too expensive. Beachbody programs are too expensive. Half the people I talk with say that it's too expensive. But it doesn't deter me. They're just looking at the cost. They're not looking at the benefit. And, you could walk away and accept that, or you can focus on their objection and turn it around and make it work for you. Step one, what you could do is just neutralize the response. So, when someone says it's too expensive, they're automatically going to put up a defensive mode because they're expecting you to come back at them. When they say it's too expensive, you could give up and say, okay, they just can't afford it. But the most powerful thing you can say is, okay, I understand. It's expensive. And that's immediately going to throw them off. They're going to expect an argument. So you've already you're almost on their side at this point. In step two, you can confirm, what's really going on, what's really, really going on. You could ask, is that your only concern with the product? Is it too expensive? And the whole key is to ask questions. You have to get really good at asking questions. That's really going to help you with this process. So we've neutralized it. We've confirmed, is that really the problem? And then step three, we'll just question them a little more and uncover what's the real problem. So to figure out why they feel that way. What makes you feel it's too expensive? What do you mean it's too expensive? Well, they might come back with something, and you might have heard this before. Well, I saw it on Amazon and it's cheaper. Okay, so it's not really that it's too expensive, but you saw it on Amazon cheaper. So really, at this point, you can reposition that, and you can just say something like, wow, I guess I failed you. I guess I failed. I failed you and I failed me because I didn't show you all the value that you're going to get with this product and by getting it from me. And they're not going to understand what in the world you're talking about. They can get it cheaper on Amazon. But people will buy what they see value in and what they desire to own. So what are some of the things that they're going to get by buying this from you, by working with you instead of going to Amazon? Well, they're going to get you as a coach. Number one, they may not understand what that means. So as a coach, we're going to work together as a team to accomplish our goals together. We have challenge groups to motivate you, to keep you accountable, to meet new friends and surround yourself with the right people so that you can actually have a chance to meet those goals. And you'll get new tips and tricks, recipes, etc. We're not going to just sell you a program and let you go, and then 2 weeks later you throw it under your bed and you're done. We actually have a program in place to help you. And what else are they going to get? Typically, from Team Beachbody, they're going to get usually an extra workout, which might be worth $20 or $25 that they're not going to get from Amazon or eBay or anywhere else. And they're going to get a 30-day money-back guarantee. When they buy something from Amazon or eBay, they don't even know who they're really getting it from. They may not get a 30-day money-back guarantee. One other thing you can offer is discounts on future purchases. If you become a discount customer or a discount coach, you can also offer them, the business itself. So there's so much more that you have to offer, and you have value. You just have to actually dig down, find out what the real issue is, and then come up with some opportunities for them to actually work with you instead of going a different route. So at this point, you've kind of broken it down. You figured out what the issue is, and you've explained why you're more valuable. Then you can ask for the sale again, because the real issue wasn't really whether it was expensive. It was that they could get it at Amazon cheaper. So you can let them know again, I'm not going to let you fail. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and let's do this together. And just ask for the sale again. So that's one way. There's lots of different objections you may get, but if you walk through that process and neutralize it, and then confirm what's really going on, question and uncover their reasoning behind it, then reposition how you can best offer them value instead of just a program by working with a coach. And then you just ask for the sale again once you confirm all of that. So I've heard several different things, like the workouts are too extreme, they're too hard. And I know some of you guys, I don't know how much Chris has lost. I can't remember how much weight he's lost, but I know he lost quite a bit. And, for you guys, if you haven't lost that much weight because you didn't have much to lose, you just wanted to tone, that's one thing. You can refer to a different team member. If you've lost 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds, it's real simple. I understand the workouts are hard, but they're only 30 minutes. I lost 30 pounds so far, and carrying around that 30 pounds all day was much harder than 30-minute workout. So there's lots of different ways. You just have to think about it. You have to ask questions and respond. Put some of your scenarios in there. What's happened to you? Why is this such a good thing? Because this worked for you. I've heard people say, I want to think about it. And that really sucks, because you've spent an hour with this person, you've given all the information, you've answered their questions, and the potential customer says, I want to think about it. Well, they all have the reasons. They have all the reasons to purchase the program. They want to lose weight, they want to be healthier, they're excited about it, they understand the benefits of Shakeology. So you're right there. Why do people want to think about it? Well, usually it's some kind of unspoken fear. They have some perceived risk, and they're just not sure. They just don't want to say no, maybe. And Maybe they aren't the real decision maker. I have to ask my wife, you know, for whatever reason they want to stall. What really causes them to think it over? It's you. You're really the reason. Previously, we talked about question and uncover the reason. What's the real concern? How long do you need to think it over? You know, ask some questions and see if, you know, when's a good time to get back to them. But don't rush them. If you rush someone, you're going to only lose the sale. I've had people come back to me 3 or 4 times over 1 or 2 or 3 month period. And I got several of those people to buy a challenge pack because I just kept using this process and kind of worked with them on it. I didn't force them into anything they didn't want. So, and you'll notice too, you know, it might be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 months, and then all of a sudden they'll come back because they're going to see that you haven't given up and you're continuing on your path, and they're going to look down one day and go, oh man, I got to do something about this. And they're going to go, oh, I remember Chris talking about that. So then they're going to get on the Facebook and contact you and find out what you were doing. So, yeah, most of us are not salespeople. I know I'm not a salesperson. But you've probably seen someone on Facebook. I'm sure all of you have seen this. It's like, oh my God, I saw this new hair curler. I had to buy it. It was so cool. It was awesome. I can't believe it was only $50. You know, I love it. You should definitely try it. It puts zigzags in and curls this way and curls that way. What did that person just do? They just sold something. I can bet you that they just sold some damn curling irons. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're not salespeople, but if you truly believe in something, then you just share it. You don't have to try to sell it. That's the great part about our determination group. If you plug people into that group, I know it's helped me sell. I didn't really have to do the selling. It sold for me. So it's great. We're all in there helping each other, and they see what's going on, and they just latch onto it, and they come to you, and it's been awesome. So to get down to it, well, what are the two most important words in selling? 2 most important words is you. You need to sell you. Don't try to sell the product. Product will sell itself, but you need to sell you. If you put up for sale, for sale ads on Facebook, buy this product that's only $140 this month, you might not have a good time selling, but you want to sell you, and that's the key. Why would someone want to buy from you? Why is the second word. Why? Be the person they want to buy from. You know, work on you. You may or may have not seen this, but Chris Reed, I guess, used to be a big bad biker. I saw some pictures, and it was kind of funny. And nothing against bikers, because I have a motorcycle. I like to ride. I just don't consider myself a biker. But he felt as though he couldn't succeed with that image. So he changed himself. I mean, he was so adamant about being successful in this business that he actually changed his whole world. You know, he didn't want people to perceive him as that. He didn't think he would do well. So he listened to the other coaches in his group, which we call quote unquote upline, that had been successful in the group. And they told him, you know, here's what you need to do. And he did it. He made a change. He had a cut off vest. He had the whole garb on, you know. And he had long hair, the works. He changed his entire look so people would change their perception about him, so he could succeed in this business, which is crazy because most people wouldn't do that. And I'm not saying you need to do that, but that's how willing he was to be successful in this business. So you need to sell you, and you need to find out why someone would buy from you and work on that. So does anybody else have any questions or any objections? I mean, because this can be a group thing. You guys might have heard something, and maybe we could all talk about it. Is there some objections that you've heard that you want, you know, maybe some responses to, or anybody want to add anything?
He's on.
We're gonna go Chris first, and I'll get you, Terrence.
With the whole thing of, you know, being able to stay in potential, because I've had people talk to me about how they are into their workout. You know, they've seen the videos, and they'll say that, okay, $140 is a lot of money. And I wouldn't just, cut them off and just be like, okay, and that'd be it. I stayed talking to them and, got real close about, what's convenient for them. Like, what's better for them, work time wise, family wise, like, what is that to go for why you want to do it. So it's like, once you build certain connection with them and their relationship, it's easier for them to be able to just continue to talk to you about it. And it's like, you really don't have to say much more. They already see what your intentions are because you haven't just left away and you haven't rushed them to purchase anything. So it's like staying genuine and just being able to talk to them and, gaining that confidence from them is really something that has been working for me. And a few people, they say, I may not be able to do it this time. So I'll be like, what is the time to me to get back in contact with you? So let's set up a date when you're available and we can continue, to go over everything. And that's worked with a few people who I've sold challenge packs too. So being able to just sell yourself and be genuine has really been working.
That's awesome.
Cool. Hold on, open Terrence here. Boom.
I agree.
Yeah. All right, Terrence, you got something?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yep.
As a new coach coming on, the problem I've been running into is people ignoring my messages. So how would you go about, dealing with that?
Are you talking about like private messages in general, or like
no private messages, or me hitting them up, or them telling me, "Oh, I'll get back with you," and they never get back with you.
Yeah, that sounds great. Oh, Rachel might say something.
Yeah, set up a time. Like, especially if people are like, oh, I can't right now, or I'm busy, or like sometimes, especially now, I'm learning how to not be so available for my clients and to, like, not be there 24 hours a day. So I set up a time. I'll like send them a link and say, hey, when you get a chance to watch this, do you have any time this weekend? And if they're like, oh yeah, I'm working Friday, but I'll check it out on Saturday. So I'll message them and I'll say, all right, talk to you Sunday morning, close the screen. And then I write it down. And then Sunday morning, I'll message them. Hey, just following up like we had previously talked about. What did you like about the video? And like, it's like if you set that time for them, then they feel a little bit more obligated to react to you because they've already agreed on it. Right. Which that's in GoPro. I don't know if you've read GoPro, but they talk about that a lot, about the introduction and then the follow-up and setting that time.
Okay.
Not just like, okay, I'll look at it later, but like say, when do you think you'll be able to look at it? And then set a time for when you'll follow up.
Okay.
And then don't forget. And you're like, oh crap, I was supposed to message them today.
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely a good thing. And, don't really, and don't settle for those, very generic answers like, oh, maybe I can look at it sometime next week. Really try to hammer out that date, like Rich was saying, your time is valuable too, and let them know that. It's not like you're going to be available whenever they're ready to get around to it. You got to put your foot forward and kind of really hammer out that day. The other thing I wanted to say too, with being a new coach in general is, you are going to get a lot of like that ignoring and like people not responding to you when you start to talk about Beachbody because they're really trying to feel you out early on. They're trying to figure out like, okay, is this something that Terrence is going to keep doing, or is this kind of like a little fad thing that he jumped into and he's going to do it for a couple weeks and then he'll just be back to old Terrence again, and we'll like him again and we'll talk to him and we'll message him and everything too. So people are really going to feel you out early on. Are you just here to sell products? Are you just here to push products at people? Or are you here to really help people? And that's really what they're trying to do right now. And, even with your posts on Facebook and things like that, where you're trying to gauge interest, you might not get a lot of interest right away, but I can tell you right now that all those people on Facebook are reading the message. They're going to read those posts. They know that they're there. They just might not be talking about it right now. They're just waiting. They're waiting.
Okay.
Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. Unfortunately.
Right.
Does that kind of answer your question? Does that help you out a little bit?
Oh, it does.
Okay, cool. Anybody else? Anybody else have any questions about that? There's lots of good stuff in there. For sure.
Well, that's the hardest part. I mean, new coaches, they don't know exactly what to say or how to respond. So, I mean, we're here to help you.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's so many different things and different ideas and different ways to approach this. I mean, you really got to find, it's almost like, finding like your niche, what gets people attracted to you? Why do people, like Rob was saying, why do people want to come to you? What's so special about you? What sets you apart? What are you bringing to the table that nobody else is? That's really what you got to do. I don't know if we have enough time to cover another topic, Rob.
Yeah, that's cool. I got topics for next time.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I wrote down a bunch of stuff on here, so I was going to just kind of like recap some of the stuff that you were talking about. Yeah, I think the cost thing is always something that we're going to face regardless. And it's not really the cost, kind of like Rob was alluding to. It's like people in general really don't like spending money. Okay, they're always going to try to find it cheaper somewhere else. That's just the way that we are. I mean, just think about it logically in your head right now. All right, I can give you P90X for $120. Okay, you can go find it on eBay for $60. I mean, which one sounds more appealing to you? Well, I want to spend $60. I don't want to spend $120. So as Rob was saying, I mean, you really got to focus on like, okay, what does spending the extra $60 really get somebody? Is having you as a coach worth $60? Well, what does that mean? Like Rob was alluding to. I mean, we got the challenge groups, we got the accountability, we got the motivation, and that's huge for people sometimes. I mean, we're worth something as coaches. I mean, you have to factor that into that price. It's not just you're getting a challenge pack for $140 or $160. You're getting a person that's going to stay with you, keep you accountable, and keep you motivated. That to me is worth $140 by itself. The rest is free to you. So, I mean, you really got to think about that, because that does have, there is some cost associated with that for people. People see that. People see the value in that, if they can see the value in you and what you're bringing to the table. So I think that was important. Obviously, the little bonus workouts like Rob alluded to, they get those bonus DVDs, which are worth about $20 from ordering through a coach. So that's always cool. There was another thing that I wanted to talk about in general. Where did I put it? I like the idea about asking questions to really try to get down to why people are saying no. I think that's sometimes important. I also 100% agree with the saying, it's okay. Because very much like Rob said, people right away, when they say it's too expensive, they do put the wall up. They're ready. They're ready for you to come back with why it's not expensive. They're ready to hear you. But they're just gonna, keep you away pretty much. That wall's gonna block you from anything that you could possibly say. They already have put up a barrier, and they're not really gonna pay attention to anything. But when you say like, all right, that's okay, I get it, man, I understand. I thought it was expensive too when I first started, but now I've lost a bunch of weight and I'm feeling good. Great. But if it's not for you, I totally get it. That'll shock some people, okay? And if you can walk away from a conversation and be okay with a no, it's super powerful, and very much like Rob alluded to, I mean, it might not come back in a week or 2 weeks or a month or 2 months, but over time, these people are going to start coming back around, because very much like I said, they're going to see your posts. They're going to be watching you. They're going to see what you're doing. They're going to see, your success, your weight loss, your journey through fitness. They're going to see that, and they're going to be like, man, I really want that. So let me talk to Rob again now. So they're going to see all those types of things. So if you can be okay with getting no's and getting lots of no's, you're going to be a lot better off. We'll say that. Okay. So be okay with the no. It's okay.
It's only temporary.
That's right. If you can think about it like that, then you'll be good. So, yeah, I mean, some of the other stuff we covered in some of the answers to you guys' questions. So, yeah, I thought overall it's pretty good. I mean, on objection-wise, the expensive thing and the I want to think about it are probably two of the biggest ones you're going to get. But if you do everything right after you get the objections, it's going to lead to, potential more future sales for you down the road. Okay, so be okay with the no's. What else? Does anybody else have any questions about anything in general? Maybe not necessarily about Rob's talk, but on any other topics. Because one thing I do want to touch on real quick, because people have been asking about it, is maybe a little bit of Beachbody on demand stuff.
That's cool.
Thumbs up on demand. So Rob can probably help me because I think he's done a lot more research on it than I have. But it looks like Beachbody on demand, like live now. Surge is going on right now, I believe. I think it's 7 Central Time for us. So that the surge is going on now. There's a lot of stuff probably going on in the practice stuff. But if you guys want to tune into that, it's pretty much just like a live video feed with like Carl and is bringing different guests and they talk about stuff. But on demand was going to be one of the big topics of the night for sure. So this is what I know about on demand. Rob, correct me if I say anything wrong. So in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to try to cover as much as I can. Okay, so on demand, you get it with the club membership. As far as I know, as long as you had a club membership before, it's not like you have to get a new one. Okay, you get access to it if you had a club membership. The only thing that you don't get access, and I think I read this right, is if say somebody orders a challenge pack and they get that free 30-day club membership trial, on demand is not included within the free 30-day membership. They actually have to sign up and pay $40 to have access to on demand. Does that make sense? So you do get that free 30-day trial, but you won't see on demand as part of that 30-day trial. So they'd have to sign up for it. Programs that are on there: P90X, P90X2, P90X3, Turbo Fire, Brazil Butt Lift, 10-Minute Trainer, Shaolin Extreme, Aside Volume 1, Tony Hawk One-on-One Volume 1, Hip Hop App. Full-length programs, all the bonus workouts, all the meal planners, all of that stuff for all of those programs are all on Beachbody On Demand. Okay? So there's a lot of content there. I mean, if you're talking $40 for 3 months of total access to this is huge stuff here. The other thing that they talked about, and I thought they said that they were going to try to get this live on Friday, is having access to programs that you previously purchased on demand. And those programs would include 21-Day Fix, 21-Day Fix Extreme, and T25?
For now, yeah.
For now. Okay, so that's what they're going to start with. So if you've previously purchased one of those 3 programs, you should be able to stream it from on demand. Okay, so now you have access to those as well. You don't have to bring the discs with you. What else? 40% commission on the club membership going forward. That was one thing I read. And then obviously this month we have, I think it's launched. I haven't seen, have you seen if it's on the store yet, Rob, at all, or in the Coach Mobile app, the club membership challenge pack?
I saw they've got a link set up for it, but I don't know if it's active yet.
Okay, so that's good. I think that's going to be one of our big hitters this month, guys. If you really focus on this on-demand thing and you show people like how cool. I mean, we're just talking $120 program, right? That's too expensive. Okay, how about we give you like 10 of them? You know, I mean, there's full-length programs of like really popular workout programs here that they have complete access to. So this is a really cool thing. So that club membership with Shakeology will be $140 challenge pack. What are the other ones real quick? 3-Day Refresh, $140. Turbo
T25.
Yeah, T25's at $180. And Turbo Fire, I think, is $140 as well. So a lot of challenge pack deals on top of that, but I really think that this on-demand thing is going to be I mean, I just see it being a big hitter. I don't know. I'm just excited about it, I guess, in general.
There's one more thing, too, that they get. There's previews, and I'm not sure if they're full length. It sounds like maybe they are, but in the news and noteworthy, you get 21-Day Fix Total Body Cardio. You can just try that workout. And 21-Day Fix Plyo Fix Extreme, T25 Cardio, Plyo Sweat, Insanity Max 30 Sweat Intervals, P90 Sculpt, Body Beast Tries, and Slim and 6 Started Up. Those are all like free trials.
Actually, I'm glad that you said that. I didn't know that list, so that's actually pretty good. So what they're going to do, remember, I think we kind of chatted about this before, is whenever new workout programs come out, they're not going to put full-length programs unless you buy them onto on demand right away. Okay. And the reason for that is because then they're still going to give us the advantage of being able to promote those challenge packs independently of on demand. Okay. So very much like Rob said, what's kind of cool about having that on demand in this new and noteworthy section is they're basically going to give you like little shots at all these different workout programs that they have, you know, that aren't on demand. So it's going to be like, oh, here, try out this 21-day fix extreme workout. You know, it's giving people the opportunity to really give a trial run to a workout program before they even buy it. So it's kind of cool. You know, they can kind of see, you know, we're always telling them like, oh, yeah, it's kind of extreme, but there's like a modifier. Well, people don't always know what that means. You know, they're like, oh, modifier, is it like still hard? Or what does a modifier mean exactly? So now kind of giving them that insight right into the program. Here, go try this out on demand. Boom, here it is. You know, you're going to have people really feeling more comfortable with a workout program that they're going to purchase. So that's another cool feature of on demand. So I don't know. So far, sounds pretty cool. What else?
How do they log on, like for Beachbody on demand?
What was that?
How do they log on? It's through Team Beachbody?
I think I think it's through Team Beachbody. I am not sure.
You can actually just, if you just go to club.teambeachbody.com, it'll put you right into the login. Use your normal email address and password, and it'll take you right in.
There you go. Club.teambeachbody.com.
Club.
And it actually looks really cool too. So, I mean, if you guys do have your club memberships, I would go check it out. Because, I mean, even like the user interface and stuff like that it's pretty awesome looking in general. So it's pretty cool. Any other questions?
Carry a tablet with you everywhere you go.
Or just your phone.
Yeah.
What's up, Terrence?
Do all the coaches, do they automatically have a membership to Beachbody, or do we have to purchase that separately?
Yeah, the team membership or the club membership is a separate cost, so it's $40 a quarter. So right now it's $40 for every 3 months that you get access to that stuff, and the cost is the same for a coach as it is for a customer.
Okay.
So.
And that address is posted on Team Tenacious. It's probably one of the top posts I put. It's live, and it's just club.teambeachbody.com.
There you go.
For the address.
So, I'm going to stop the recording.